Hello, it's Nick from Care & Co. In this series of videos, we'll be running you through how you can get started with your aged care journey. This will involve how you can check your eligibility for aged care services, how to book an assessment, and a brief overview of what home care support looks like and what you can expect. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, it's Nick from Care & Co. In this short video, we'll be running you through how you can check your eligibility for government aged care services. So the first thing you're going to want to do is navigate to the My Aged Care website, which you can do through Google, but we'll also be providing links in the description. Once you're at the home page of My Aged Care, you'll notice at the top there is a number of menu items. We're going to click on Types of Care, and then in that drop-down, we're going to select Am I Eligible? This will take you to the following page, and when you scroll down a little bit, there is a little bit of a description around eligibility, and then there's a button that says Check Now. This will launch a survey which you'll be able to complete to determine your eligibility. Now, I'm going to just do this as a test, but obviously when you're filling it out, you do it for your own situation. Am I over the age of 65? Yes. And then it asks me what are some of the activities I can't do independently. And it's really important when you're answering these questions to be thinking about your situation on the worst day, when you're feeling potentially most unwell. And that's really important to remember when you're going through your assessment. So walking, I struggle with eating a meal, and basic housework. Now for each one of the activities that I've selected, I'll have to indicate my difficulty or my lack of independence with that. So can you walk easily? I might just put somewhat. Can you eat meals? Somewhat. And lastly, do you do basic housework? Maybe I'm unable to do my basic housework. I'm going to submit that, and straight away it's going to give me an answer to the survey which says you are eligible. It looks like you're eligible to have an assessment. And in the next video, we'll be running through how you can book an assessment. Hi, it's Nick from Care & Co. Now that you've checked your eligibility, you can begin looking at booking your assessment. The quickest way to do that is to call My Aged Care on 1800 200 422. When you call them, you will again go through a few questions around your eligibility and complete a basic needs check. You'll then provide them with some personal details. This will include your Medicare card, so make sure you have that on hand, and then that will inform you on the next steps for scheduling an assessment and who the assessment team should call to conduct the assessment and book that in. Give yourself about 30 minutes for this phone call. Make sure you've got nothing else on so you can sit down and focus on progressing your assessment. Remember, this is not the assessment itself. That happens further. That happens a bit later. So once you've done this phone call, you can expect to receive in the mail welcome to My Aged Care letter. It's really important that you keep this, potentially pin it on the fridge. There's a little card that you can remove, and this will include your aged care ID. As you can see, I've blurred this out, but that will be the number which will identify you in the My Aged Care system. It also gives you a little bit of a brief overview that you've registered, and the assessment is the next thing that's coming up. So make sure you have a read of that and store it, put it away, make sure you have it readily available as you move through your journey. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, it's Nick from Care & Co. Now you've booked your assessment, you might be interested in understanding a little bit more about what home care looks like in Australia. The government currently has two pathways to support elderly Australians to live at home. One is called the Commonwealth Home Support Program, or also referred to as CHISP or CHSP, and the Home Care Packages, or HCPs. The Commonwealth Home Support Program is entry level and provides the lowest form of subsidised care, whereas in the home care packages are for those individuals with more complex care needs or complex service requirements. In this video, I'll be focusing on home care packages. So there's a variety of services that you can get through that can be funded through the home care package itself. You have personal care, house cleaning, home modifications, transport, physiotherapy, nursing, podiatry. The list is endless and it can be a little overwhelming, but don't worry, once you get assessed and you get a home care provider, they'll be able to develop a customised care plan for you with the services that you require. But it is also important to understand what is out there and what you can ask for. The funding itself is split into 4 different levels. As shown on the screen, it ranges from about $10,000 a year to $62,000 a year, or at a weekly level, level 1 is 200, all the way up to level 4, which is 1,093. Now, what's really important to understand is there's that funding, but once you take away fees and you start looking at how much an average support worker costs, what is the number of hours that you're likely to expect when being on a level 1, a level 2, or level 3, level 3 or a level 4 package, and something that I'll be explaining now. So if your weekly funding, once you take away the management fees, which can include things like the care management and the package management, and these numbers are for the fully managed individuals. And please note, if you're concerned about self-managed, we will be providing a future video on that topic. So once you take away the fees from the weekly funding that you get, what you're left to spend each week, you can see, is drastically less than what you would probably presume you'd be getting. For example, on a level 1, you are left with $86.73 to spend, when it goes all the way up to a level 4 and you're left with approximately $497. And these values are based on the medians that the government publishes every year. So what does an average support worker cost? So a median cost for a support worker for, say, like gardening, personal care and cleaning is $77 an hour. So when we put that into the money that we have left to spend each week for our home care package, you can see in the far right column that the number of support worker hours for a level 1 is 1 hour. You're only getting 1 hour of support work per week. And going all the way up to level 4, you're looking at 6. Now keep in mind, this doesn't include if you need higher levels of care or different types of services, say allied health. So again, it's just important to understand that once you get on a home care package, what you could be expecting in terms of support hours per week. So I hope that provided a little bit of context and hope to deepen your understanding for home care packages. But like I said, we'll be going into more detail and answering any of your questions in future videos. Thank you.